Hey, welcome back to Mike's Italian Grand Adventure. You might recognize this. I'm back in the entranceway. And, one thing kind of interesting here is we had found some more frescoes back up in here in the ceiling. And man, I was this close to keeping them and I got a bunch of people's opinion. I was just trying to decide what to do. And in the end, we just decided to plaster over them. That's what the guys did yesterday. Because they really weren't spectacular. They were really old, kind of didn't look great. Here, I'll show you a couple pictures. But I just love the fact that they were there, So I think I was just trying too hard to keep them. And in the end, I think this is the right decision. I think it's going to look really nice. But I've got some great AI renderings of the colors we want to paint this. And I'll show you and share you my opinions on those a little bit later. But tons of stuff going on. Tons of material was bought last week. You can see right here, these are the shower walls, the glass shower walls for both bathrooms. And oh man, last week we had a crazy thing. But stay tuned and follow along for the week 10 update of Mike's Italian Grand Adventure. All right, welcome back. So take a look behind me. This is my IKEA kitchen. So we started building this last week and I built all the boxes. In fact, okay, here's a little time-lapse video of all the boxes going together. Yeah, it was, it's funny. It's actually my first IKEA kitchen I've ever put together. And I've heard, horror stories about it. But I've also, as I've mentioned several times, I've built kitchens from scratch. And I'll tell you what, their system was slick. I mean, it's not super robust, but I think it's designed adequately. So, the weight is going to be pushed down and that's going to be fine. The lateral movement, it isn't real strong, but it doesn't need to be because, all the weight's down, it's bolted to the wall. So I'm not too concerned about that. But yeah, it's got all the boxes built. And then the guys started hooking up the electricity and the water and the drain for the sink and the refrigerator and getting all the appliances in. So you can see here is my wall oven. And then right next to this is the dishwasher. That's still in some of the packaging, so we need to get that set up. But we're gonna kind of push everything down towards this wall so that when the refrigerator opens on this end, it's not hitting this radiator on the wall behind me. So we've got plenty of room. I think we had 20 centimeters, which is like, 8 inches, 9 inches. So we'll put like 6 inches on that end and then 2 inches on this end from the side walls. And of course the walls aren't square, so that's good we have that option. But yeah, really looking incredible. Silvio did an amazing job painting in here. Everything looks beautiful. You can see the little transition from this wall they built. That's where it steps back. So that's where we stop the color. And then that color continues around the windows and like this, and then all the way around on this wall. And a really nice neutral kind of gray, which made Paolo very, very happy because Paolo would paint the world gray if he could. But, obviously this floor has a lot of beauty in it, looks really nice. And it's, a lot of kind of action in that. And then this wood paneling is really quite robust and pretty strong design elements. So to have a nice neutral color on the walls, I think is perfect here. So one of the things I'll probably do, and what I'd like to do, is I'd like to put a little island here. Actually, IKEA makes one that's pretty cool with a couple of little stools in the middle of the kitchen, be a nice workspace. Although, remember, there's not going to be any upper cabinets up here, so they're just going to have a whole counter here. So that's kind of nice. And then I have a table. There were 2 tables in the house when I bought it, so I'm going to put one of the tables right here under the window. It'll be a nice sunny place. And if it's too big, maybe I'll get rid of it and get it something a little smaller. But I think for now, it's going to work right in that spot. It's going to be nice. So here's my kitchen on my floor. Looking good. Big steps. All right, I'm going to turn off for a second and let's, by the magic of video, move to the next spot I'm going to show you. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to show you, this is my living room. So almost all the painting is done. And check out that beautiful wall. I love that color that Paulo came up with. And like I said, he would love gray everywhere. But I said, no, I need color. I need color on my floor. So he picked this color, but then to balance it out, he put this dark wall here, and then the white continues all the way around the ceiling and all the way down this wall. So there's not two colors on this wall behind me. But I think it looks really, really great. I love the color, and especially with this floor. If you guys remember, this floor in here is this kind of crazy zigzag pattern with kind of a yellowish gold color with the brown. So those colors work together so well. So incidentally, in the entranceway, they have this same tile. So yesterday, Silvio and I were looking at the color swatch here against this floor to kind of see what color we thought would look good down there. Now, of course, once again, we knew Paulo was going to want a gray or some kind of shade of gray or a couple of shades of gray, but I really wanted something that was going to be a little warmer. I didn't want that cold feeling when you come in. So we were kind of looking down in this area. And I think this one right here called Safari might be the winner. We're going to talk about that a little bit more here when I get done recording. But yeah, I think it's going to look nice. So, all right, let's move on to the next room. All right, I'm in the first floor bathroom. As you can see, we have everything painted. The guys kind of picked out this color for me. You know, not my favorite, but I think it's all right. It looks really nice. I love how soft it is. And, you know, I think it's good to have some color. I mean, I would have been fine with just all white. It's a bathroom and the floor tiles are just gray. And speaking of floor tiles, the floor is tiled. So right now, Adam is working on the wall tiles. So you can see there's a slight difference in color. The floor tiles are darker and they're big. They're 60 by 60 centimeters. The wall tiles are 30 tall by 60 centimeters wide. So the grout lines will line up. But just a really nice, clean look. And then, you know, all the porcelain in here is white. So the toilet, the bidet, the sink is all white. Shower floor, white. Glass walls, chrome. So really clean, pretty elegant, nice look. But yeah, this is what we got going on here. So a little story. This tile in the bathroom, we had a really hard time picking out tile. Finally found tile. Well, actually, we didn't. I picked out a custom order tile, and Paulo is like, do not order custom order tile. I said, all right, well, let's go shopping for tile. So we waited. Oh, I can't go today. Okay, let's go Thursday. Oh, can't go. Something came up. So it just kept getting pushed back, pushed back, pushed back. So finally one day, I just jumped on my motorcycle, and I cruised over to Milan, and I just ordered the custom tile. They already said it was ready. They said it would take 5 days to be delivered to the store. Well, I changed the order slightly, and apparently that made them start over again because it had taken like 2 weeks for them to get it into the store, and then they said it or to the shop, or because it's custom order. So they said it would be 5 more days until it would made it there. But then I kind of changed the order, so then I think it reset everything. Anyway, long story short, it took a month to get the tile, and we were waiting. And every day, Darek would be like, "Mike, where's the tile?" I said, "I haven't heard yet." So I started complaining to the store, and then finally they said, okay. I said, it's been a month. You guys said it would be like a week. So they finally contacted me and said, all right, we've contacted the department. You should get an email in the next couple of days that it's ready to pick up. So last week they finally did. It was a holiday Monday, so I think it was like late Tuesday. I said, hey, I haven't heard anything yet. And then Wednesday morning, tile's ready. So Thursday, Darek and I went to Milan. And the tile I had custom ordered from a different store for the front entry, that had been ready for like 2 weeks, and I'd just been putting them off because I wanted to do one trip. So we drive there, pick up the first tile. It was like 1,000 kilograms. So the van we were driving couldn't handle the other load of tile. We had to drive all the way back here, hour and 15 minutes, unload the tile, drive all the way back to Milan again. We picked up all the tile, but we got everything. We got the tile, we got the toilets, we got the bidets, we got the glass enclosures, which I thought for this shower I was going to have to custom order one because it's a little bit unusual. It's 90 centimeters by 140 centimeters, which is not common in Europe, certainly in Italy. So it's kind of a big shower, which I wanted. So anyway, we got all that stuff. And then while we were driving there, they'd been kind of on me about getting base trim for the house. I mean, we need like 250 meters of base trim. That's like almost 800 feet of base trim for this entire house. So I'd been looking, and it was really expensive at the big stores, like even the Home Depot of Italy. So I just kept looking. I'm like, well, there's got to be like a door shop that sells base and case trim. And I couldn't really find a good one. And finally, as we're driving, I'm on my phone shopping for base trim. There's another hardware chain where I bought the floor from down below. It's kind of like the Lowe's of Italy, let's say. And a super nice place. It's a French company. It's called Leroy Merlin, but in French, it's Leroy Merlin. So people laugh at my French accent. Please send me a comment. But yeah, so I found some base trim there that was going to work. So they wanted a minimum of like 7 centimeters tall in order to cover the bottom of the plaster and stuff throughout the house. And then I wanted 10 inch, which would be closer to like 3.5 inches. This was 12 centimeters. So it's a little bit taller, but it does have a little profile on it, which I think looks kind of cool, actually. We were originally just looking at a square base trim, but this one was like half price off. So we ordered that. And so we drove over there. And while we were there picking that up, they had a sale on patio furniture. So I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna get a little love seat and table combination. So I bought that. And then they had one of those big, huge umbrellas that has like an arm on the side, like a big base you put weights on, and then the arm comes out and opens up. So I bought one of those. So I'm gonna end the show with this week with my rooftop terrace patio. Oh my gosh, it's incredible. It's almost done. I need a couple of things. Well, I'll talk about it when I'm up there. Anyway, so here's the bathroom on the first floor. This will be my bathroom. So you can see they already have the water heater hanging up here on the wall. That's where that's gonna go. And then big shower is gonna be right here. And then the bidet and the toilet. And then behind me over here is going to be the washing machine. And then here on this wall will be my sink with the mirror and the light right here. Well, the light actually up here. So that's kind of where it's going to be centered on here. So everything's here, everything's in the house, everything's ready to be put in. So now we're just racing to get things done. And I was actually originally scheduled to leave yesterday. I think it was yesterday, yeah. So I extended my trip by a couple of weeks because I didn't really want to go home. It's still lovely here. I didn't want to go back to Colorado, and the weather's been really kind of rainy there, I think is what people are saying. And I wanted to be here for the project. Again, every day I'm here, every day there's a question. And this is the important stuff right at the end of the project. All that stuff's getting wrapped up. So that's the plan, is to be here until the very end, and hopefully 2 weeks. We've got 2 weeks here. So week 11 and week 12 are going to be the end game. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. So these guys know it. I'm telling them, I'm asking them every day, hey, what's the schedule look like? How you doing? Paolo's on it. So let's see what we got. Okay, let's head upstairs. I'll show you the bathroom upstairs. And then we can go to the final grand reveal of the rooftop terrace. All right, a couple other things to point out here. You can see the mini splits have all been installed. So there's one here, and this is in the living room. This would be one of the bigger ones. And then also just above the door, you see this wire hanging down here, this cable. So this is for internet. So I'll have an internet access point here. And then this goes all the way up to the attic because that's where the internet will be coming into the house. The point of presence, the POP, as they say in computer networking. So because we're doing over-air antenna for internet, there's no fiber optic here in the street yet. Hopefully it'll come someday soon, but not yet. So it's an over-the-air solution. And it's actually not too bad. I think it's like 100 megabit service, and it's like, I don't know, 25 euros a month, something like that. So not bad, unlimited data, so really nice. So I put access points on all 3 floors, and then there'll be a wireless access point up in the attic probably also, although there's good cell phone service up there, so you could probably just use that. But maybe I put one in the attic so that they're on the rooftop terrace, there's internet service. But you can see the other, this is the guest bedroom here, you can see the other mini split is up in here. So those will provide both heat and air conditioning for the units here. So, you know, there's so much content this week 10. I think I'm going to split it into 2 episodes. So let's stop there, and we'll come back next week, and I'll show you the rest of the stuff, and then I'll reveal the rooftop terrace as well. So if you guys like my content, please click on the thumbs up and give me a like. That helps a lot for the YouTube algorithms and lets me know that you like my content as well. And then also, if you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button and then click the bell so you get notifications, because usually every Friday morning I'm releasing these big videos, but I've been doing some shorts, and so there's some content where I just share kind of on the go when I'm out and about, and you'll get notifications from those as well. So anyway, keep watching, keep following along. Next week I'll have part 2 of week 10, because it's incredible how much is going on right now. And if you have any comments, please share those below. I love all your comments. It's been really great. So thanks again for following along. I really appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week.